I'm going to show you guys how I build a lineup. Start at the bottom. I'm looking for my value play first, for Contender at least. I want to start off low and, build my way up. So usually I'd be looking for guys like Roby with a lot of Spurs injured. Trey Jones, point guard. Sohan's a power forward. And Langford's a shooting guard or a small guard, whatever. SG, I forget what it means. I think it's a shooting guard, but and Vassell, he's more or less a shooting guard as well. Being that there's only one forward out, being Sohan, I don't think I'm going to go with Roby. He may get some minutes. I don't think he's going to get over, 10 or 15. What we're looking for is guys that get at least 20 minutes, at least. And Blake Wesley, he may get the 20 minutes we're looking for. I don't think I'm going to take a shot on him this week. Maybe. But I think I'm going to roll with Cam. It's already a track record of him playing at least 20 minutes, getting some points. And he's a chucker. He's going to chuck the ball, I don't know, 15 times a game maybe. And if Kyrie's out, since he just requested a trade, they may sit his ass. I don't know. So Cam's a good start here. I think he's a great start. Let's see, Christian Braun. He's on a back-to-back. So, what's his face? Jamal Murray, he's probably going to sit one of these games. Where's Denver? We got Garden out, power forward. I think he's going to play. Let's see here. What about for Thursday? So he may not play this weekend. Yeah, and these here are kind of his replacements. He put a good game up yesterday, Kankar. But Braun has been filling in nice. I like Braun. I may stick him in here. Let's put him in for now. See what happens. Day'Ron Sharp has been filling in for more or less Ben Simmons. Since Ben Simmons does play a lot of the power forward, center, he plays every position. And with him being out, I think he's still out. Let's see. Came back clean. So it looks like he's not going to play this week. So Seth, Cam Thomas, Patty Mills, they're all decent plays here. Day'Ron has been getting, I don't know, that might be an anomaly. Lakers, they let a lot of points to centers. I don't think Washington does. So I think I might pass on him this week. Now, if they're playing someone like Charlotte or Indy, I would probably go with Day'Ron. But let's leave him out for now. Shaden Sharp said they got a back-to-back, but I don't think they rest anybody. Trez, you can never trust Philly and their report for Embiid. Did I pass him? Where the hell's Philly? All right, here we go. Philly, Joel Embiid, questionable. It seems like he's questionable every game. And I played Montrez last week because Embiid was questionable and it screwed me. So I love that they're playing San Antonio. Philly may rest Embiid playing San Antonio because they'll probably beat him without him. So he might be worth a look. He might. I'm going to stick him in for now. This is probably going to change soon, but I like to get my value plays up first. And then I pick who I want to play in there. Over if I want to play Braun over Harrell or Harrell over Braun or would say, yeah. But so we have 81 points between 2 players. I don't think I want to roll with 3, single-digit guys. I like playing, 1, maybe 2, maybe 2. Xavier Tillman's been playing pretty well. What we need from Xavier is to score about 40 points with an 18 L10, and he's been under that. So he's a decent play. I'm not saying I wouldn't play him, but I don't think I'm going to this week. I just want to see what we got up in here. What's up with Gobert in Minnesota? He's a questionable tag as well. All questionable for Friday. I think he's another guy that's been questionable every game this week, every game this year. So I don't think I'm gonna. I don't know. Might want to take a chance on him, maybe. But I think the better shot is Eubanks with Nurkic out for the next week or so. I think we're gonna stick in Eubanks. I think I'm definitely keeping him regardless. So now we have 61 points. And what we need is at least 200 points from all 5 of these guys. Now, I could probably bank on him giving me at least 30. On a good day against Washington and at Chicago, both have pretty big lineups. So Eubanks probably get, he'll probably get 30, 35 minutes. And I'm not sure what his point per minute is. I have it around here somewhere. A to Z. Alright, so Drew Eubanks. He's got 0.87 fantasy points per minute. Let's say he gives us 30 minutes. So 26 points is kind of what we're looking at with him for his average, but he's 0.87 off the bench. Starting, I think he's probably a little bit more. So I'd probably bank on him being at least 30, 35 points. So I think I'm going to stick with him. All right, quickly, I think Brunson may be out, but it's just an illness. We don't know. But Quickly's good. He's a good young player. He puts up points regardless. So Brunson is out. He's a play. We're not going to have any news about Brunson tonight. So putting in Quickly, that's a gamble. Could be worth it. Let's see what else we have. Precious. He's been starting with Anunoby out. Now they're at Houston and they're at Memphis. Now both teams probably middle of the road against centers. But he's a decent play. He's starting. He should give you 30-some minutes. But again, he's only averaging 30, 33. And this game against Portland here, Portland's pretty poor against, big men. That's why you see that. Now, Boston's one of the better teams against big men. So, there's no, for sure way to pick these guys. You just kind of go with your gut, honestly. The stats can only take you so far. What I do love is Brandon Ingram. He got a game against LA, his former team, and a game against Sacramento. What worries me is he probably will sit one of these games, but that doesn't scare me so much because it's going to be a high-scoring game. Both of these teams, it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think Sacramento is one of the worst teams defensively. I think LA is probably up there as well, but with Davis back, I think they probably fall more towards the middle, but I like him for both spots. So I think I'm going to play him regardless. We just took out Eubanks. Alright, so I definitely want Ingram in. I definitely want Eubanks in. And I definitely want Cam Thomas in. So now we have 30 points to figure out what we're doing with these two guys. Do I want to keep in Braun? Do I want to keep in Harrell? Again, Harrell's a risk. So I think I'm just going to take him out. Honestly, I'm not going to take a chance. So what we can do is we can try and split the 30 up between these two guys, or just add all 30 points right to Harrell. Let's just see what we're working with. Okay, so DeJounte and DeMontis. I love both of these, but with Trae Young back, I don't love him as much. I know Indy's one of the worst. I think they are the worst team that allows the most fantasy points to opposing big men, opposing centers, power forwards. So I love Sabonis in any lineup this week. Champ, contender, doesn't matter. I think Sabonis is a play. So what does this look like? I can bank on him probably getting me 60 fantasy points. Probably at least 40, probably 50. We got 110 plus another 30 or 40 from him, 150. So I need at least 50 points from these two guys. He can get us 30 on a great day. Probably 40, but he's not starting. So I'd probably bank him giving us 20 to 25 points. Christian Braun, probably, if Jamal Murray sits, probably 20, 25 points. So I think we could probably get 50 points between these two guys. The other option is if we can find someone with less than a 41. I really don't like playing guys with a 40, anything over 35 in contender. I really don't like playing them. I like Capella at Utah a lot. Utah's another team that allows a lot of points to opposing big men. Maxey, I mean, I love Tyrese Maxey, but I had him starting the past 2 weeks, and look what he's getting me. I mean, this makes me want to just throw this dude away sometimes, but I know he can get me that 50 easily. And with Embiid maybe out, he might be worth a shot as well. But I don't think I'm going to risk it just yet. I think I'm going to stick with Capella. Unless I want to drop someone a little bit lower, because I have 10 points to add to one of these guys. So let's see if I have a 19 that I want to kind of toss in there. Again, Tillman, maybe. So between Capella and what's his name, Sabonis, I would expect Sabonis to get us a lot more points than Capella. Sabonis, as you know, he's a very high ceiling guy. He can get us 80 fantasy points if he wants. Will it happen? Probably not, but I bank at least 60. I think Capella can get us at least 40 to 50. And with Braun, if I were to kind of up him and swap him out with, let's say, Xavier Tillman, he could probably get me at least 30 points, Tillman. So let's see, 40 or say 40 points, 50 points plus Tillman's 30, that's 80. Plus Ingram's 50 and his 30, so 80, 80 is 160 plus Cam Thomas, whatever he gets us. That'll probably get us in the 180 range. So, I mean, I don't know which one I'm going to go with. I love Sabonis, but I'm not sold on Braun yet. Yes, he can get us points, but he's not starting. I know Tillman's starting for a fact. 100%. So, but he's got a game against Toronto, which I don't like at all. I actually hate it. So, I kind of don't want to play him. but I'd rather have Tillman starting than Christian Braun coming off the bench. Let's see, Christian Braun, 23-8. You see, he's all over the map here. So his ceiling, what, 29? I don't know. I don't know if he started there or not, but I doubt it. He might have started actually, if what's his face was out, Jokic. But Jokic is playing, so I think I'm gonna stick with Tillman on this one. I'd rather have Capella-Tillman combo as opposed to a Sabonis-Braun. Honestly, I think I'd rather go with that. So let's cement that. I'll go and do my champ lineup here in a minute.